Hi there folks, today I want to talk to you about a very popular trading style or strategy that's adopted by many traders today, and that's the breakout strategy. That's when basically markets are in range, they're consolidating, and traders are there poised to trade the breakout for when it finally breaks out of that consolidation. Or we could be at key levels of support and resistance, and traders are there looking to trade the breakout after that double top finally gets broken or what have you. But I want to talk to you about the breakout in a different way. I want to talk to you about the false breakout, or the fake out as I call it. That's when basically markets, you think you're going to break out, traders are getting long, but then it reverses back on itself. I got a specifically designed pattern that helps me predict when this is going to happen, and that's what I want to show you today with some strategy rules as well. Now before I jump on to the charts to show you exactly what it's all about, let me tell you we do have a downloadable cheat sheet this week, so you can download it, get it printed, get it laminated. There you've got an easy reference when you're searching for these high probability patterns. Come on, let's go. Okay folks, so this is the false breakout strategy. Now you can pretty much use these rules of engagement in multiple market conditions, anywhere where you think traders are looking to trade the breakout. Could be, for example, in a ranging market where markets are making no new higher highs or lows, just trading in a range. There's always traders there on standby looking to trade the breakout. Or it could be in an ascending channel or a descending channel. Also at key levels of support and resistance on the higher time frame charts. Now, for the sake of this strategy lesson, I'm going to use the fake out breakout strategy in conjunction with the daily pivot points. Now, you may have seen my video a couple of weeks ago now here on the channel discussing daily pivot points, key levels of support and resistance, how you calculate them and so forth. If you haven't watched it already, go back and watch it after you've watched this video. And in fact, if you subscribe to the channel now, then you can watch all of my library of content that I put out here over the last 4 years in one place. So very good reason to hit that subscribe button right now. So this strategy basically looks at 3 candlesticks. It's basically formed with 3 candlestick patterns. I'm not going to go too much into what makes up a candlestick in this lesson. I've done plenty of that in the past. So again, you can check that back in your own time. But this is basically what we are looking at. So I call this the fake out pattern. And it basically starts off with a good old, you guessed it, that is the bullish engulfing pattern. Now we've discussed a lot about bullish engulfers in the past. Bullish engulfing patterns, bearish engulfing patterns, these are used by trend followers to get into a trend on a pullback. So for example here you may see an uptrend, okay, and then you have this red candle, that's a bit of a pullback coming in, and then the last candle fully engulfs. That confirms that the trend wants to continue. So trend followers will typically be using the engulfing patterns to get into a trend. But we're not looking at trend following today. We're looking for counter trend. We're looking for reversals. We're looking for fake breakouts. So when you see the engulfing pattern followed by a pin bar, in this case a bearish pin bar opposite to the bullish engulfer, that indicates that the momentum, all these buyers up here that are buying the tops of these candles for trend continuation, or indeed the breakout, they've been faked out and the sellers have come back in and taken us lower. So basically it looks something like this. So here we've got a level of resistance. Buyers are taking the market up, breaks through the level of resistance. The breakout traders are getting long here, but then they're faked out. They've been overpowered by the sellers. And ideally, the main body of the pin bar, the main body here in red, that closes below the level you're looking at, the level of significance, the level of resistance, and ideally inside the main first candle. Now, it doesn't always have to be exactly inside, but to get the most powerful signal, you really like to see this pullback come inside of that first candle in the engulfing pattern. When you see that, it's quite likely that this is going to result in a false breakout where they move to the downside. So that's basically the bearish fake out pattern. I think I invented this name myself, by the way. I think I haven't seen it elsewhere, but maybe someone will tell me they've seen it elsewhere. I haven't seen it elsewhere. It's all from my own work and analysis. Now let's look at the opposite, the bullish fake out. Exactly the same, but in reverse. So there we have the good old faithful bearish engulfing pattern. So often used by trend followers. In this case, it would be a downtrend. So markets are trending down. Then you have the pullback, and then the pullback has been stalled by this bearish candle, and trend followers will be taking trades lower once it breaks the low of that candle. That's typically where the trend follower will be getting short of this. But we're not looking to follow trends in this strategy. We're looking for fake outs. We're looking for reversals. We're looking for these at key levels of significance. So when you see this bearish engulfer followed by a bullish pin bar, that is a good sign that this market is now going to reverse, and that level of support in this case has been respected. So it's going to basically look something like this. So here we got our level of support trending down. We break the level of support. All the sellers are coming in now. The breakout traders looking for a breakout of that level of support, looking to take it lower. But then the buyers come back in and push price back up through that level of support and inside the main candle of that engulfing pattern. When you see something like that, it's quite likely, or higher probability will be there, that this is going to be a false breakout of that level of support, and the market is going to reverse back on itself. So that's basically the two patterns of the fake out, and the bullish and the bearish fake out patterns. We'll now see what they look like actually in a strategy. So then you can go away, do some back testing, get your own metrics, get your own results, and maybe put it into your arsenal of trading strategies to trade the markets with. But only, of course, once you've done your back testing. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to use this strategy basically just on the pivot points. Now, pivot points we discussed a couple of weeks ago, as I say, always gives up some resistance levels and some support levels. Here we're just looking at the bearish reversal. So I'm only going to be looking at the resistant lines, resistant 1, R2 and R3. And of course, you've got the daily pivot down there as well. So these are the daily pivots, and I'm going to be using the 1 hour chart to look for these fake out patterns to see if indeed these levels are going to be respected and repelled off, reversing from them. So here you see market is in an uptrend all the way down from the pivot up to R1. Is it going to break out to the upside? Well, we don't know. Then you see this bullish engulfing pattern. That's where some traders will be taking long trades because they think this is going to be where the breakout will start and the trend will continue. But if you see that, followed by the bearish pin, and the body of the pin closes below the level of resistance, R1, or indeed R2 if it's further up, then and inside the main body of this candle, then that could indicate a reversal. So typically your entry now would be a short entry at the bottom of that pin bar. Bottom of that pin bar, and say hopefully inside the main body of the first candle. Typically where I like to place my stops on strategies like this, not too far away, I like to use 50% of that pin candle to place my stop. That then is establishing my initial risk. Initial risk, then you can position size accordingly. So you're only maximizing, you're only limiting your risk to a certain percentage, 1/4%, 0.5%, or what have you. And once you've got your risk sorted out, then you can look for your profit targets. No point entering a trade if you don't know where you're going to get out. Normally you get out of the reversal at the next level of support in this case because it is a bearish reversal. So the next level of support could be back down at the next pivot point. So the pivot point, or indeed if you've gone down and entered the pivot point, it would be S1 or S2, S3 or so forth. But go and watch the videos on pivot points. So that's where your next level will be. But I do insist, if you're trading this strategy, you really think of it in terms of maximizing or minimizing minimum of 1-to-1 risk reward. So you don't want to be risking more than you're prepared to take as a profit. So that's basically the bearish reversal using the pivot points, and those would be your entries. Go away and back test it. Let's have a quick look at the bullish reversal. Okay, again, I'm using the daily pivot points for support in this case, and I'm trading on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so we are looking at the markets trading down. We're coming into this S1 level. Is it going to hold, or is it going to break out and continue to the downside? If you see something like that, a lot of the traders out there, they're going to be taking this lower. They're going to be expecting this to trade lower and break out of that support zone and continue on down. well, that's fine. If it does, let them take the trade down, no problems. But if we're trading the reversal, if we're trading the false breakout, and we see it followed by that bullish pin bar, that is an indication that that is not going to continue on down, and that that level of support is going to be respected. Remember, the body of the pin bar closes above the level of support, in this case the pivot support, and inside the first candle of the 3. So your entry would be taking a long trade at the top of that pin bar, position size accordingly, bearing in mind that you're going to have the stop placed 50% of that candle. So that establishes your initial risk, and then once you've established your initial risk, 1/4%, 1/2%, then you can also plot your take profit targets. And again, take profit targets, I would say a minimum of 1 to 1. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. Certainly gives you something to think about. Now, as I mentioned, these are not that common. Certainly if you're putting them at key levels of support and resistance, pivot points, and so forth. But when they do happen, they can indeed be very, very powerful. But hey, don't take my word for it. Now go away and do some back testing. Go away and look for these patterns yourself and tell me in the comment section how you have found them. I'd be interested to know your results as well. I know they work for me, but that doesn't mean they'll always work for you. Okay, so give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you don't already do so, and that bell notification that basically notifies you when I release the next video, which of course is now 2 times a week. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials, and if you want to join us on the daily live streams, you can do so by going to the link in the description tab below. Don't forget you can download that cheat sheet now. Therefore you can get it printed off, laminated, keep it on your desk for future reference, stick it with all our library of content that we're regularly dishing out here on the channel. Okay, that's it. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week.